I might come out with a funny thought and say this is funny and go out in front of an audience and do it, and then find out that it's not funny. They didn't think so, at least. Or something I think's funny and come out and do it, and it kills. How many people hate Siskel and Ebert besides just me? Anybody? Yeah. You know, I'll go see a movie if they say it's bad just to spite them. You know what I'm talking about? They have this complicated judging system, thumbs up or thumbs down. Ooh, what do they do if the movie's okay? Show a guy with no thumb, show half a thumb, what do they do? I was in Houston recently. I flew down there on Delta, which is kind of scary because their new slogan is, "We get you there." Like all of a sudden it's an accomplishment. What's People's Express? We'll give it our best shot. Yeah, I have I don't know, it's a gift. I guess it comes from childhood, you know, it's a form of acceptance. You want to be accepted, so making people laugh is a way to be accepted. I was late for the plane, I get on, they closed the door behind me, you know. I opened it up, closed it harder, because I'm a nervous flyer. Had a wing seat. I didn't realize this before, but at 30,000 feet in the air, the wings of an airplane shake like this. And I played it cool. I stood up, I said, "We're all gonna die!"
My comedy is, I'll be honest with you, I just kind of over the years, I've let it stem from whatever I have felt was funny. Personal experience, it had to do, for the past 10 years, I've been just talking about friendships, personal experiences with people. I free associate a lot, so my comedy just comes out of nowhere.
So I'm out there and I'm dating again. You know, there's a lot of different women out there. There's a lot of liberated women. I'm all for the women's movement, especially the ones where they arch their back. I love that one.
Well, you know, people tell you you have a gift. You don't think you have a gift. You might think you have some responsibility or something that gnaws at you to get you to go into a direction or feel, you know, but I don't know about, I've been told I have a gift, but I do feel like I do have something to say to everyone, so I guess that could be true.
So anyway, I came out to California and I got married, and like a true Californian, I'm no longer married. Now, some guys refer to their former wives as ex-wives. You've heard of my ex-wife this, my ex-wife that. I like to refer to mine as a wife. I don't know why I married her in the first place.
I think I do have a gift. I think I'm real lucky to be able to do this. I did it originally because I was just scared and wanted to be funny. So, you know, to make friends.
I don't know. I guess that I just try to, you know, talk about what's in my heart and what is going on in me. And hopefully that will reflect something that's going on in you.
But dating is different from what it used to be. Guys, you can back me up on this. Remember, it used to be a big thing to ask a woman, "Do you have protection?" Right? Then a little later on, we're looking for cold sores, saying things like, "Do you have any venereal things happening?" But the 80s is a whole different ballgame. I find myself asking women things like, "Do you swim at the West Hollywood Sports Connection? Do you like the Village People? Do you watch Merv Griffin often?" Ooh.
I do laugh at my own stuff. If I don't laugh at it when I'm writing it, or usually when it's real clever and I don't laugh, nobody laughs. So I have to kind of think it's funny.
I get my material out of my family and growing up, everyday things, people I see on the street, the experience I have going in the airplane, or going to the grocery store, meeting someone, you know, just everyday stuff. That's what I look for. That's funny to me.
Past experiences, yeah, family stuff, how I grew up, you know, things I see every day in the supermarket, could be driving on the road, could be roommates, you know, things like that. How's it going on? I was in Ralph's supermarket. I noticed they have like 20 different varieties of drinking water. They have Lake Arrowhead drinking water, Evian drinking water from France. Okay, well, that's legitimate. I could buy that. But Ralph's drinking water? Like, I'm sure there's not some guy in the back filling them up with a hose as people take them out of the store. Well, when they approve of you, oh, there's nothing like it. You're on top of the world. And when they reject you, it's like, get a razor blade, go into the fucking bathroom, and write your name on the wall.
First performance as an amateur, I was at Catch a Rising Star in New York, and actually that wasn't the first time. But why bother you? I was, let's see, I was 16, I was making student films, and I got up and did about 20 minutes before the film. And it was funny. It was, I mean, I don't remember it really, because I was just thinking off the cuff, and somebody went to the bathroom, and I like made fun of that. And Then I started doing amateur nights. I bombed for about a year. My first year I bombed. Everything I tried didn't work. So I learned not to bomb, I guess.
They're looking for the approval on one hand, and they're looking for the rejection on another. I mean, you go up there to be better and to get laughs, but you go up there for another reason too. Maybe to reinforce some things that are negative.
She wasn't great in the kitchen. She tended to overcook things. Her specialty was chicken jerky.
Comics are asking to be loved, I guess. All performers are. Do you like me? What do you think of this? I think that's what that's all about. A lot of comics are successful at it. A lot of comics are not. One thing you should do is watch The King of Comedy. You want to watch a movie about a comic's life. A guy who's really, you know, the extreme.
You know what I don't understand? Oh, I don't understand women and their pets. You women, your pets, you got great names for them. You get so cute with them. You have a pet? Yeah, cats, they're unbelievable. You guys, if you ever date a woman with a cat, be prepared for hell, because they'll give more attention to this furry little creature than they will us. It's like all day long like this. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 come here. Kitty, 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 kitty. Fuck you. Kitty, 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 kitty. Women can pet these things for hours. On the head, under the neck, behind the ears, in the back, with little butts go in the air. Right? Guys, we want a massage. It's like, honey, come on, rub my back. Oh, I had a long day. Oh, I'm tired. My nail. Okay. One rub. What do we got to do for affection? Cough fur balls? Be finicky about what we eat? Shit in a box? What do we got to do?
Other comics that influenced me the most, anybody funny. Chaplin, Marx Brothers. I liked Woody Allen a lot, still do. I was actually, when I was in high school, this is weird, this is like dating other people. Steve Martin and Albert Brooks, who were young, but I would watch them on The Tonight Show and go, yeah, I want to do something like that, but come out of me.
Who influenced me the most? Let's see. Geez, I don't think it was any of the like big names like Carlin or Pryor. Like I saw them and said, well, why don't I just try doing stand-up comedy? I think I've always known what I want to do. I mean, I've had like some other comics like that aren't so big, like Dice Clay and Shandling and stuff. I mean, those guys that I've watched and were an influence to me.
Jack Benny would be my biggest influence because of his timing. He had the most perfect timing of any comic. But then I like also the craziness of Jonathan Winters, so you have kind of a combination of those two people when you see me, along with Bob Hope and his attitude sometimes, and Jack Benny, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson.
Kind of the older.
Yeah, it was the older comics that influenced me more.
I tried everything. I did. I tell her I was a sex god. She'd tell me she was an atheist. And oral sex? Forget about it. I had to cook her hot dogs just so she wouldn't forget the concept.
But yeah, I feel like what I have to say, I have to say. I don't feel like I can just leave it. Either I have to write it or I have to perform it. I can't just, let it go by the wayside. I could, but I feel responsible.
Oh, geez, what would I like to accomplish in my comedy? I'm using it as a vehicle, basically. I want other things. I'm using it as a vehicle to get into acting, is basically what I'm doing. And after, eventually there's television, movies, like Eddie Murphy, I guess, would be. Yes. Yeah, an actor. I guess eventually I'll stop doing the stand-up altogether, but I'll always be a goofball because that's part of my personality. And move into other things, maybe. Ultimately, I like to direct, though. I mean, that's what I really like to do.
Well, comedy is very serious. I mean, the outcome is a joke. It makes you laugh, but the intent isn't always to make people laugh. I mean, make people think, I think, sometimes.
You need an ego to do comedy, obviously, and it fulfills my ego when I'm feeling like I'm really a meaningless human being. So I go up on stage and I feel a lot better.
I guess there's a trust and a relationship between me and the audience, and I try to give them jokes. That's what they want. But they also want to know what's going on inside me.
Yeah, I think also having 5 brothers helped me develop a sense of humor. At the dinner table, I would stick string beans up my nose. It always killed. I mean, who could follow that? You know what I'm saying?
I think that I'm liked by comics. I think that they respect my comedy. But comics are very competitive, and comedy is a real big family. Everybody is in it, and you're in different positions in that family.
My comedy has accomplished my sanity, I think. I believe that. I learned a lot. It's kind of like, it's kind of like therapy, but I love people a lot. I've always liked them, and I had more of a need for people to like me, which is a terrible thing to be saying. Oh, someone's getting raped. Let's look in. Oh, don't worry. It's a $9 cover.
You want me to do my imitation of, say, Clint Eastwood in a gay bar? Okay, I'll do Clint Eastwood in a gay bar for you because I love you. You're beautiful. Don't shave. All right, Clint Eastwood in a gay bar. Well, we just can't let you butt hump me like that. Me, Smith, Wesson. Go ahead. Make me gay. For you, I do it for you.
Thanks a lot.
I love you, babe. You're special. Don't change.
Just that comedy is it. I mean, you know, that's what's happening in the 80s. It was disco in the 70s, and now it's comedy in the 80s. And maybe it'll be brain surgery in the 90s. I don't know. I don't know what will be popular. But I'll be rich then, so it won't matter.
Wait, Mark.
Mark.
You're asking these questions awful quick. I want you to calm down. You're really wired. Get a hold of yourself. First thing, they made me sign a release, and the release said on it, I didn't even read it. They handed it to me right before they did the slate, so I'm really freaked out.
Wait, Mark.
Ouch.
I write all my own stuff. And what was the question? I really screwed up. Why do people cruise up and down on Sunset and yell stuff? What's the matter with them? Why don't they get a Cadillac with a sunroof and be superficial?
You can cut now.